Welcome back, everybody. I hope that you are managing to stay safe, maybe dry, and certainly warm. We are all walking, trudging through this snow outside, and I have chosen to experience it in the way that Luke does, at least in moments, which is magical. So we've had some good times today, but I also approach the day saying I'm just going to move slower because moving fast when the weather and circumstances are what they are doesn't seem to be a good idea. So I hope you've managed to ease into this week and don't feel overly pressured to move too quickly. And I hope you're staying safe. We are in the season of Advent. Lots of unexpected things, specifically that one thing for which we wait that we've named as the birth of Jesus on the 25th. But this last Sunday, I tried to lift up these phrases that the United Church of Canada has adopted as guiding phrases: bold discipleship, deep spirituality, and daring justice. I think they help us to contextualize our role, our work in the world as people of faith within this denominational framework. And it's helpful for me to have them as plumb lines. They're kind of like value plumb lines. They kind of keep us within a certain range. Constantly committed, not falling into despair, but remaining anchored in these commitments. So this last Sunday, I spoke of bold discipleship. And of course, like usual, I like to explore the history of these words because, as I said on Sunday, words bear worlds. There's so much in the words that we use, and we throw them around sometimes and we don't pause long enough to consider the impact, not to mention their import. Like, what is it that we're saying when we use certain words over others? The Apostle Paul, in some of his letters, exhorts the communities that he is trying to lead and lift up to use their language intentionally and carefully, because language is a powerful tool, but it can also be a weapon. So we're using these words intentionally, and it's good to understand what they mean, bold and disciple. However, in the context of my conversation, I also mentioned the event, and I thought today I could spend just a few minutes talking about the event. I tried to define the event on Sunday as that which exceeds our categories of understanding. So when we approach a day, there are a range of possibilities for us in that day. We operate with a horizon of possibility. There's a network of options. And we know that some of them will happen, some of them may happen, some of them most certainly, or at least in our minds, they're definitely not going to happen. Today, for example, we knew we would have snow. We didn't know what the streets would look like, didn't know how we would feel when we woke up, but we did know we would have snow. So there's a horizon for us. The event is precisely what occurs outside of the horizons. And I would say the event exposes some of the permeability of our horizons, those holes, those doorways that are opened onto things that we can't fully understand, onto mystery. And so this season of Advent is an opportunity for us not to try to comprehend that which is incomprehensible, not even to try to articulate that which is ineffable, inexpressible, but rather to lean into the mystery and try to listen, try to experience what the mystery is telling us to do here and now. We are all living perhaps with a bit of, sadness, disappointment, uncertainty, not only because of the elections in the United States, but a lot of things that continue to happen in the world that trouble us and they burden us. Well, in the first century and in the centuries following that, and really in every century, people have been heavy burdened. They have been concerned. The world has not been right or as right as it could be for a long time. And so we are here as people of faith to acknowledge that, to recognize that, and to lean into that mystery that invites us to consider newness and possibility and promise. We are the sign of that promise, and it is our responsibility to show up as light for the world, even as we await the light of the world, which of course we do. So I hope you can take a little bit of that with you this week. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to spend with us during this postscript, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday for Deep Spirituality.